It's truly exciting to see investors and stakeholders ask the question about environmental management and understand that it does have an impact on what we're doing, and understanding that when we do the right thing, that it actually helps with resiliency from multiple points. It helps us be more productive. It's not just climate. When I started in mining, and probably for lots of years beforehand, closure was like this afterthought and that was when you incorporated back in potentially the impacts that you may have had to biodiversity, which was probably thought about from a vegetative, water, habitat point of view. The biggest shift has been, let's think about it on the front end versus let's think about it on the back end as part of closure and rehabilitation. Let's take into account stakeholder considerations, how other people want to use the land long term, and not just other people, but how does nature and habitat and species want to use the land long term, and consider that in the development of the facility versus just when you develop a closure plan. We have to be scientific and understand the risks that we're doing. Just the same way that we do when we start and evaluate something, we have to clearly understand what's out there. What are we managing, both within our operation as well as in the external communities and surrounding areas? And then we have to be cognizant of it when we develop things. It's integrating that science-based approach and really thinking through some of the work that we're doing and acknowledging when we're not doing well, right, either. And it's not the best solution for us moving forward. We are already seeing impacts of climate change on a local scale. So on a local mine, it could mean that we are not having sufficient water supply, or that we're having a greater impact on the water supply for others. It could mean things like we have a lot of excess storms that occur within an annualized period, and we need to put in additional adaptation and resiliency measures to not have overtopping or not have issues with compliance. So we had to go and make some decisions on how do we increase storage, how do we put something in place so that if these situations continue to occur, what do we need to do? So we formed a collaboration with the National Center of Atmospheric Research, and what we asked them was, for our operations, can you create a narrative for us that says what's the variability that could occur in terms of temperature, in terms of rainfall, in terms of days of wet or days of dry that we have, so that we can use that as kind of a basis for how we evaluate and look at what climate change means to us. One thing that's great about Newmont is that we're always questioning what leadership looks like for us, but what it also looks like for the industry. So if we go out and we set something and we set a target, it's not just the end. We say, all right, is this enough? And do we need to change and advance things in a different way? We will continue to push, especially what we're doing around climate, to make sure that it's sufficient in meeting our goals as well as more global goals.